Right now, you are probably using generative AI like ChatGPT or Claude every single day to do your job faster. You're using it to write emails, draft reports, and write code. You feel you are 10 times more productive. But what if I told you this exact habit is slowly destroying your ability to think, problem solve, and ultimately grow your career? Everybody's talking about AI replacing jobs, but nobody is talking about the silent crisis happening to the people who keep their job: cognitive offloading. The groundbreaking new research of 2026 paper titled How AI Impacts Skill Formation has just been released. And its findings are going to change exactly how hiring managers evaluate you. Today, as HR director, I'm going to break down the hidden tax AI is taking on your brain, and give you the exact playbook to use AI so you actually become a master of your craft rather than a mindless spectator. Welcome back. I'm Dr. We are living in an era where everybody is trying to upskill as fast as possible to stay relevant in hyper competitive market like UAE. We use AI as a crutch, assuming it is helping us learn faster. But researcher Judy Hanwin Shen, Alex Tamkin recently conducted a randomized controlled experiment to see if that is actually true. They took 52 professionals and freelance software developers and asked them to learn a brand new asynchronous Python programming library called Trio. Half the developers who had to complete the task the old fashioned way, reading documentation and struggling through it. The other half were given a highly capable AI coding assistant powered by Chat GPT 4.0 to help them. The result was absolutely shocking. Let me break down the three massive wake up calls from this study and how they directly impact your career trajectory. Wake up call 1: the illusion of speed. The entire pitch of AI is that it makes you faster, but the researcher found absolutely no statistically significant acceleration in task completion time for the developer using AI. Let me repeat that. Having an AI that could literally generate the perfect answer did not make them significantly faster on average. Why? Because of how the participant interacted with the AI. The study found that the user spent a massive amount of their time just trying to figure out what to ask. Some participants spent up to 11 minutes just composing prompts and interacting with the AI, with some taking up to 6 minutes to write a single query. The time they saved by not typing code, they lost by trying to manage the AI. In the corporate world, we call this management tax. If you are relying on AI to do the heavy lifting for the skill you do not understand yet, you are just shifting your effort from doing the work to babysitting a chatbot. Wake up call 2: the competency crisis. This is where the research gets alarming. After the developer finished the task, they were given a comprehensive quiz to test their conceptual understanding, code, reading, and debugging skill. The developers who used AI scored 17% lower than the developer who did it themselves. This is the drop of the two full letter grades. The AI use actively impaired their ability to understand what they are doing. The largest gap in performance was in debugging. When the control group, the one without the AI, were doing the task, they hit roadblocks. They encountered specific errors related to the new tool like type error and runtime warning, and they had to struggle to fix them. The AI group barely encountered these errors because AI bypassed them. But here is a hard truth for your career. Struggle is biological requirement for learning. The researchers noted that resolving errors independently is exactly what builds skill. In the future, companies are going to need their senior leaders to supervise AI and fix its mistakes. But how can you supervise an AI or debug its output if you used AI to skip the learning process in the first place? You can't. Wake up call 3: the sixth persona of AI user. Not everyone who used AI failed. The researcher categorized the AI user into 6 distinct interaction patterns. 3 of these patterns destroyed the user skills. The 3 of them preserved their skill. Let's see which one you are. First, the low scoring personas. These people scored below 40% on their competency test. 1. The AI delegator. These users just asked the AI to do the work and pasted the output. They were fast, but they learned absolutely nothing. 2. the progressive relier. These users stated of their own, got frustrated, and eventually just gave up and let the AI take over. 3. The iterative debugger. When these users got an error, they didn't try to read it, they just mindlessly copy pasted the error back to the AI and asked it to fix the code. They were incredibly slow and scored terribly. Now look at the high scoring personas. These users scored between 65% to 86% because they maintained high cognitive engagement. 1. The conceptual inquirer. These users never asked AI to write code for them. They used only conceptual questions to understand the theory, and they did the hard work themselves. They actually finished second fastest overall, right behind the pure delegator. 2. The hybrid explainer. These users asked the AI to generate the output, but they strictly forced the AI to explain why it wrote what it wrote and when they took the time to read it. 3. The generation then comprehension user. These users let the AI generate the answer, but instead of just moving on, they spent their time interrogating the AI with the focused question to thoroughly understand the generated output. The action plan. How to actually upskill the AI as an HR director. I'm warning you. The interview process of the future are not going to test your ability prompt GPT. We know you can do that. We are going to test your deep conceptual understanding of the underlying mechanics of your industry because we need human beings to validate the automated systems. If you want to protect your career, you must change how you use AI today. Here is your action plan. Stop using AI for iterations. If you hit an error, a roadblock, or a rejection, do not immediately paste it back into your AI assistant. Force yourself to sit with a problem for 5 minutes. The research proves that encountering and manually resolving error is the primary driver to skill formation. Do not rob yourself of the struggle. Become a conceptual inquirer. Change your prompt. Stop saying, write this for me. Start saying, explain the core concept behind this so I can write it myself. Use AI as a high-level tutor, not a junior assistant. The researchers explicitly state that cognitive effort is more important than raw time spent completing a task. Number 3. The hybrid explanation rule. If you are under a tight corporate deadline and you absolutely must use AI to generate the final product, you must implement the hybrid rule. Never accept a generated output without also demanding a line-by-line explanation of the methodology. Once the deadline is met, go back and review the explanation. AI is a miraculous tool. It can act as a powerful exoskeleton for your career, allowing you to lift heavier weights and run faster than ever before. But if you rely on this exoskeleton every single day, your actual muscles will atrophy and die. The professional who will command the highest salaries in decade are not the ones who delegate their thinking to a machine. The highest paid professional will be the ones who use AI to aggressively deepen their own cognitive mastery. AI enhanced productivity is not the shortcut to incompetence. Do the work, feel the struggle, build the skill for daily career secrets, advanced resume hacks, and insider updates on the modern labor market. Make sure you are following my social channels. I am Dr. HR. Stay focused, stay professional, protect your mind, and I'll see you at the top.